Hi and welcome to another Type with me. In today's video I want to talk about type-config, a generator for tsconfig. So if we go to type-config on GitHub, you will get some more info. I will link this URL in the description below so that you can use this later on when you are totally into using type-config, right? But of course I'm going to show you why this is a great tool. So defining compiler options in tsconfig is quite difficult and sometimes really annoying, because you always need to go and check, do I need this, or do I need that, or do I need that? So it can be a little bit time consuming. And if you have a tool like this, well, it can help you to quickly set up tsconfig without really worrying about, do I use the correct one for my project at the moment? So let me show you how or why this is the case. So first of all, do npm install at type-config cli-g. So we are going to install it globally so that we can very easily use type-config in the command prompt, right? Here we go. I'm gonna do clear. So next command that we can use is type-config init, right? And he is showing us what possibilities that we have, right? What style do you want to use? Which project do you have? Well, we have a standard project. It can be used in mostly any scene, any project, right? Then we have strict. If you want to have more strict typing, right? And more complaining about certain things that you are not using correctly, you can use strict. Then we have React. Of course, that's for a React project. And then we have ease, and that's for use the most loose rules, and that's mainly for TypeScript projects. For JavaScript projects that want to migrate to TypeScript. If you have an old project, only JavaScript within Node.js, for example, and you want to move that to TypeScript, well, the last one is the one you need to pick, right? So I'm just gonna use standard. Then you can say, where is your source code living? If you have multiple folders, you can very easily use what has been set in here, right? But I'm just going to use source. What is your output folder? Well, I can change this to bin, for example. Do you use decorators? It needs to be decorators, right? It's a typo. So yeah, sometimes this happens within tools. But he asks, do you use decorators? I'm gonna say yes. Do you need declaration files? I'm gonna say yes. Yes, he is installing certain things, and then he says generate TypeScript config tsconfig.json is successful. So now we can take a look into the project itself, and you see here that we have a tsconfig file, right? It extends from at type-config/standard. He extends from that. If we want to use ease, you can do /ease, I guess, and so on. So that's great. Then we have our output folder, which is in our case bin, but we don't have that right now, so we can create it. So I'm going to create it. Then we have here base URL. We have experimental decorators, and it's not decorators, right? It's been put to true, and also emit decorator metadata is also put to true. He also says that we are going to use declarations, right, with declaration files, so that's also something that he put it into there. We have our include folder, which is our source, but that's not been created yet, so I'm going to do that. Of course, I need to do that on the right level, so right here, and then source, right, and we can move our index.ts file, move underneath the source folder, and of course we exclude node_modules and bin, right? So I think it's a very useful tool. Just give it a try. If you are struggling with compiler options and defining compiler options, it definitely can help and help you into your project to define your compiler options and your tsconfig a little bit better and easier. Definitely when you have a lot of TypeScript projects, and of course you don't want to twiggle or want to mess around with your tsconfig, and this just guides you through the process. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope you're gonna use something from this video into your own projects. Please give this a thumbs up if you liked it, or subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. See you next time.